Hello. My name is Shekhar, and in today's short video, I'm going to talk about our country, India. I'm going to criticize India for not providing proper facilities to its people. But before that, I would like to speak something that our country has achieved. We are living in year 2025 and India has become the fastest growing economy in the world. We have already achieved the target of 3 trillion economy and we are heading towards the 5 trillion economy very soon. India is fighting to the poverty as well. In past few years, crores of people have overcome from the poverty. Earlier, people were not able to fulfill their basic requirement, but now people have started living a better life. India has the largest middle class group. The number of these people are more than 50 crore. And these people are paying tax and making our government's economy stronger. Still, there are so many challenges before our country. And I'm going to read a passage for you so that you can understand how to prepare about speaking on such topic. Right now I'm going to read it for you, and I would suggest you to develop the habit of reading as well, because if you develop the habit of reading, then you can practice so many things altogether. You might have heard people are able to learn English, they are able to read English, they are able to understand English. Even you guys are going and giving exams, passing them. Still, don't feel comfortable while speaking English. And reason is very simple, that you are not practicing enough for it. So, reading can help you a lot. And when you read something, you should read loudly. So listen on the topic of problems that our country is facing. The first thing that our country is facing is lack of jobs. Even though the economy is growing, many young people still cannot find jobs. Plans like Make in India were started to create jobs, but they haven't worked well. Because of the poor execution, the government needs to focus more on creating jobs, especially for the people living in villages. Because a large economy of our country is living in villages. People who are living in cities are still getting jobs up to some extent, but people of village have limited resources with them. So if our government works towards the village people's upliftment, then the government must provide jobs to the people who are residing in village. Come to the next topic, and that is the gap between the rich and poor. The gap between rich and poor people is growing. A few people are becoming very rich while many others struggle to make ends meet. Government programs to help the poor often fail because of corruption. The government must ensure help reaches the people who truly need it. It is an open secret that India has many people who are in the list of super rich people and among the world. But it is also the fact that many people are living under poverty line. Government itself claims that it provides free food to 80 crore people. Think, 80 crore people are not able to buy food for them. So it's a big gap between the rich and the poor. And our country must do something to bridge this gap, because equality is very important, and among the equality, economic equality matters the most. The third point is problem in education. India's education system has many issues. School teach old things and there isn't enough focus on practical learning. Many schools lack proper facilities and teachers are not trained well. The government spends too little on education. It must spend more money and improve the quality of education for everyone. It is also the fact that education is very costly in our country. You might know that people go to other countries for higher education, especially in the medical field. If you want to become an MBBS doctor, then you may have to spend as good as 1 crore rupees in India. But in Ukraine, Russia and China, same courses are available in less than 30 lakh rupees. So, education should be free for all and it should be compulsory. Although in primary education our country is performing well, but when it comes to higher education, then really we need to think over it. The next point is weak healthcare system. The COVID-19 pandemic showed how weak India's healthcare system is. There aren't enough hospitals, doctors and affordable treatment. The government needs to spend more on healthcare and make sure everyone has access to it. But government has started some schemes that are bridging the gap of rich and poor in at least healthcare system, and one of the schemes name is Ayushman Bharat Yojana. According to this scheme, people who are living under poverty line and people whose age is above 70 years are eligible to get 5 lakh rupees health from any hospital and in anywhere. So government is trying its level best to provide the healthcare system. Many AIIMS have already started in our country. There are 17 AIIMS hospitals which provide world-class facilities for everyone in almost zero price. Come to the next level, and that is environmental damage. India is growing fast, but it is harming the environment. There is a lot of population in the air and water. Forests are being cut down and cities are becoming overcrowded. The government must create strict rules to protect nature and promote clean energy. So, it is a fact that India is the largest growing country. It is the fastest growing country, and when the country is fastest growing, obviously we will have factories, we will have manufacturing units, and all this would definitely create pollution. So it would definitely harm the environment. We are making highways, and in order to make them we need to cut down the forest and green trees. So it is one of the biggest challenge before our country that we save our environment and make our country clean and green. Come to the next issue, and that is restrictions on free speech. In a democracy, people should be free to express their opinion. However, in India, many people like journalists and activists are scared to speak up. The government needs to protect the freedom of speech and allow healthy debate and discussion. Our electronic media is especially not unbiased. It is either speaking in favor of government or speaking against the government, while the role of media should not be judgmental but being a right judge. It should present the truth among the people, and if it starts presenting truth among the people, then definitely free speech will be allowed. Although India, unlike many democracies, India provides people to right to speak freely. You can speak anything unless it is against the country. Come to the next, seventh and the last point that I want to discuss today. How can India deal with the challenges? And that is corruption and red tape. Corruption is still a big problem in India. Government officers are slow and many rules make things harder, but businessmen and people. The government should simplify process and take strict action against the corruptions. Corruption is an issue all over the world, it is everywhere. But when it comes to India, then corruption harms common people the most. We see that if you want to get work done, then you have to bribe the people, the officers who are sitting there, and you cannot get any benefit of the schemes provided by the government unless you give some money to the mediators. And red tape is one of the issues. Red tape is known as the policy when you have to get no dues from so many departments. Means you have to run from pillar to post to get your work done. So if we can deal with it, then definitely India cannot be stopped by being a developed country. Now I would like to read conclusion for you guys. India has the potential to become a global leader, but the government must solve these problems. It should focus on helping all people, ensure fairness, and take responsibility for its success. By listening to citizens and taking honest steps, the government can create a brighter future for everyone. So thank you for listening to me. If you have reached here, then do subscribe this channel and don't forget to share it with your companion and your friends.